Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue Podcast here. Again, another podcast where I'm laying low, got COVID. I wanted to give you guys as much content as possible. So in saying that, without further ado, let's roll into it. So look, last night's turn of events, especially with the Crows winning, has definitely kept us alive regarding the top four. Now, unfortunately for Freo, it's just that typical game of, we sort of do what we can, but the reality is it's up to other teams. Pies in particular are on fire, right? There's no pun. They really are. Swans, well, they've probably got a very easy run in the next couple of games. Where for Fremantle, the losses to Carlton, Swans, and obviously the D's, as well as the draw to the Tigers, have really set us back big time, especially when we were sort of gaining a bit of momentum. Sure, we won against the Saints. That was good. And then who did we win against as well? I forgot the team we beat. Anyway, good. Yeah, the name eludes me. But anyway, point is, doesn't matter. Footy such is the game of football that it's not really about necessarily the wins as much as it is about consistency and winning, and more winning, which some teams have done now. And yeah, anyway. There's no avoiding the fact that loss against Melbourne was quite embarrassing, actually. Not only was it embarrassing, it kind of, let out the fact that we're a very vulnerable team. Now, whether that be players and or the game plan and or Longmuir's game plan, whatever it is, I'm not too sure. But the point is we can't seem to counter-attack whenever a team pressures us, if that makes sense. I don't know what happened between the first half of the season to this latter end, but it's not looking great at all. And again, as you guys know, the title really is about what's next. And I guess to put it out in a very plain term, the reality is we need to win our next 3 games. No. And I don't mean like win as in draw. No. I mean like we need to literally win our next 3 games. We have the Bulldogs up next. Then we have Eagles, and then we have the Giants, right? This is arguably the easiest run home. Now, for me, I'm not even going to look at the threat that the Bulldogs could potentially be, particularly at Marvel. We just have to win the game. Fremantle, we are hanging on a cliff here. If we lose even 2 of these 3 games, there might be a high chance we get kicked out of the 8. Do you hear what I mean? Like, after such a promising start, how typical would it be for Freo to just Freo things up? How typical would it be? Very. So, in other words, regardless of who we have or don't have, it's startling to me that there's some players that are still playing in the team in the crunching of the season when they weren't really part of the crew in the first part of the season when we were really successful. Now they're part of the season and we're losing, and you're just putting them in a position where players or fans are also going to be pointing fingers at them. Liam Henry is one in particular. Yes, I mentioned his name before. I'm sorry, but I will again, right? Where's Stewart? Where's Tracy? What's happened to Amos, Erasmus? You get what I mean? Like, there's just some players there that aren't playing, and I'm sort of rolling, scratching my head, quick, yeah? Where are they? And there's some players that are actually sort of underperforming, sort of. Lockie Schultz, as much as we love him, he's had very good games, and then quite literally the next week has very bad games. He's very much that type of player now. And I don't know if that's because of form or because of where we're currently going at the moment. Look, there is still hope, right? We're 6th on the ladder, hoping that the Lions can hoping that the Lions lose to the Tigers, honestly. But the reality is, those 3 there, the losses against Swans, especially these at home, very, very, very costly. I'm still struggling to surmise how Fremantle haven't been able to really lift up the desperation in those games in particular, especially the game against the D's. And I was watching that game, and quarter by quarter, you just knew it was over. Especially in the second quarter, you just knew that was it. By halftime, sure, you probably thought, oh, there's a bit of hope heading to the third. No. Couldn't quite get it done, actually. And what a woeful performance. And we need to start calling a spade a spade. Now, we all know there's probably a whole heap of different varying combinations as to why Freo are not performing well, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Their opponents don't give 2 rats about that. They're there to destroy, to kill, and to steal anything we have, any dream or hope we have. We all joked about flag mantle, but now I think it's best to really slowly put the flag mantle slogan away. We're playing like Fremantle now at the moment, and I don't really like that at all. Now I sort of touched on injuries too, and look, I can't quite yell this enough. The next 3 games are vital. We need to win the next 3 games. If we win our next 3 games, we make it into the 8. As simple as that, yeah? I don't know where we position ourselves in the 8. Maybe that's 5th or 6th. I don't know. I don't know. Miraculously, maybe even top 4. I don't know. But the point is, we need to be in the 8. Anyway, I guess that's my thoughts there. Yeah, quite disappointed actually. You know, it feels, you know, like a car that was going well through a journey, and then it sort of started to make a bit of noise, right? You sort of left it. You didn't really bother about it because, hey, it's a good car. It's a car that runs. You trust it. And then again, as you're nearing your journey, it's not only is it making noise, but hey, it's actually slowing down, and you're getting a bit worried. You know, about 100 or so Ks left to go. Can you sort of do it? Can you sort of do it? I sort of feel like that's probably the analogy there for Fremantle. Now, in typical Freo fashion, if we were to choke this and get out of the 8, would any of us be surprised? Probably not. But how disappointed would we be? Like I said, this all reverts back to that the game plan. Remember, the 5-year game, the 5-year plan for Fremantle is that for us to win a flag within the next 4 years, basically. You know, I'm not going to take anything away from Fremantle in terms of what we've produced this year, absolutely. But is it something we can build on? You bet your bottom dollar we can. We need to. We've got 3 more games. There's still chance, there's still life. But I tell you right now, there's so many questions being thrown around, and I'm looking at so many players who just seem to be slipping out. Brayshaw, I love him, but let's be real. The last couple of games, he's been exposed. You know, it's like when push comes to shove, he's left annoyed. Pearce and Patches as well. Even looking at our key forwards too, Tabner in particular, right? There's just some players that aren't, you know, and I suppose in the back of it, you got Nat Fyfe, you know, who was injured. He's back now, he's injured again. Yeah, a lot is happening. But the reality is, you know what, the summation of this video, we can't lose our next 3 games, and we need things to fall our way. Thankfully, they did. If the Lions can lose today, that'll be a big plus for us. But ultimately, we need to win our next 3 games. That's all we can do. There's no excuses now. Come on, right? We're hanging on the edge here. You know, hands on the cliff. What's going to happen? Are we going to fold? We're going to heave over all our way to the top. I still believe in this team, but oh boy, do they make it hard. But in saying that, still a chance, right? When there is hope, when there is life, there is hope. Go the Dockers. Anyway, take it easy. See you guys next time. And yeah, Fremantle, don't argue.